Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good afternoon, everybody. This lesson is mainly about how to teach vocabulary or how to present new words to your students. The new thing about this lecture is at the end of the lecture there will be some questions to answer, and there's one question to search from the internet. Okay? Good. What are the techniques for teaching the meaning of new words? But before I start that, I'd like to say a few words about a methodology professor. Her name is Wilga Rivers, who said, with grammar only, nothing can be conveyed. But with new words or few words or words, everything can be conveyed. This means that teaching vocabulary to students, presenting vocabulary to students or new words to students is very important in any communication or in any act of interaction. You may wish to get the learners to guess the meaning of new words, so guessing is very important. However, guessing, of course, and predicting new words. However, there are times when you need to present the meaning of new words directly. To do this, you can use one of the following techniques. So what are the techniques for presenting the meaning of new words to your pupils or students? Number one, presenting the words in context, because in context is much more helpful to students rather than teaching words in isolation. So you can use different types of context in the following in showing the meaning of the new words. Number one, in simple statements or examples, galabayas and dresses and clothes. So how to present them? Imagine examples. Hani is naughty. He kicks his brother. He chases the dog. He is naughty. So you can imagine examples. Outside the classroom, there are many cases when you can refer to things in the pupil's environment. Look at that, it's a tree. Look at that, it's a mountain. Look at that from the window of your classroom, it's a cow. Look at that, there is a football playground, or there is a tennis playground, or there is a kitchen somewhere, or there are some cars in the streets. So you can use outside classroom as examples. Trees, flowers, roses, animals, plants, cars, and so on. You can also, we have number two, description or definition. You can describe things or you define things, give a definition of certain words. To show the meaning of a word, like bedroom, you can use definition or description. Bedroom, where you go to sleep, and you show them how to sleep. Select simple sentences that include easy, simple, and previously learned words, so as not to make it difficult for your pupils to understand and to save time and effort. The bedroom is the room where we sleep. The kitchen is the place where we cook. Okay, the living room is the room where we gather and watch TV. Okay, the playground is a place where we can play football, and so on. So you can giving a description or a definition of a word. The most important thing about an apple, that it is round, it is red, and yellow, for example, and so on. Using real objects or realia. You can use real objects or realia from the classroom or from things you can bring to the classroom. There is no definition as clear as the object itself. دايما نقول بالمثال يتضح المقال. So if you have an apple, so you can bring an apple, or a banana, or a football, a ball, or a balloon, or whatever. So giving examples or showing realia, pencil, pen, shoes, blackboard, all you can use the objects which are inside the classroom, for example. To show the meanings of many new words, you can make good use of the concrete things, حاجات المحسوسة, real objects in the classroom, such as desks, tables, blackboard, ceiling, pens, windows, doors, floor, books, notebooks, pencils, chalk, markers. You can also bring into the classroom some real objects such as forks, pens, cups, soap, hats, keys, rice, oranges, banana, apples, and so on. Board drawings. These called are stick matches figures. يعني ايه stick match؟ اللي هي بتتعمل من اعواد الكبريت. يعني ممكن تستخدم الحاجات ديت from stick matches figure اللي هي اشكال على شكل اعواد الكبريت زي ما شايفين مثلا، او blackboard or board drawings. And this can be a very effective way of presenting vocabulary, especially if you have the art or the skill of drawing. Number 5, miming action, like walking so you can walk, eating so you can eat, showing them how eating, okay, moving, laughing, smiling, speaking, eating, jumping. And you can do that in the classroom. Show them, don't be shy as a teacher, but do it, okay, or let other students do it. So to present the meanings of the new words that convey actions, you can use miming or acting out the word. This method works well in teaching the meaning of verbs such as run, walk, move, laugh, smile, speak, eat, jump, sleep, sit, stand, open, write, eat, drink, sing. Okay, so you can mime or act the action with these verbs. And as I said, don't be shy. ما تبقاش خجول انت. امال يعني اذا كنت انت تبقى خجول الطلبه يعملوا ايه؟ فانت show them the action. Equivalent synonyms اللي هي المترادفات. You can present the meaning of a new word by giving a synonymous words, a word semantically equivalent. Of course, the given synonym has to be familiar to your pupils. ما تجيبلهمش حاجة بقى ايه بعيدة عن المعنى. Otherwise, it will be an added problem and will be of no help in explaining the meaning of the new word. For example, ancient equals old, and so on. Number 7, opposites, antonyms. الكلمة عكسها. And this is a very good, happy, sad, especially if you draw a big and small. If you draw on the board the difference between or the opposite of the word big, small, tall, short, sad, happy, and so on. So similar to the synonym, the antonym has to be familiar word as well. As an example here, we have sad, happy, big, and small. Picture, using pictures. This is very important. to use pictures in the classroom. So pictures are value to, like picture of a house, picture of a factory, a picture of a school, picture of a TV, a radio, a computer, a mobile, and so on. It's just an example. Wall charts. Wall charts are very important. Why? Because they are hanged or they are on the wall for the students throughout the semester, so they can watch these words all the time, so they learn it by heart and use it, especially if they are used in context. Okay, this is a wall chart where we have a mosque, a church, a street, Omar Effendi, fruits for vegetables, grocery, pharmacy, many other places. Arabic translation. Do I use Arabic translation? Yes, you can use it if the word is abstract or difficult to understand or difficult to convey the meaning of the new word to the students. In presenting abstract words, if other techniques prove to be impractical or ineffective, if there is any difficulty presenting the abstract words, you can also use the native language Arabic equivalent of such words. There is no harm at all. When may you use students' first language? When you give instructions, explain meanings of abstract words, and explain complex ideas. So these are, or explain complex grammar points. Okay, so these are the four things where you resort to the first language of the students, and in our case is Arabic. So you give instructions, explain meanings of abstract words, explain complex ideas, explain complex grammar points. Now we come to another question. What are the steps in teaching a new word? We have techniques, we have definition of presenting, why do we teach vocab, then techniques of teaching vocab, and then steps in teaching a new word. Number one, pronounce the word 2 or 3 times with your students listening. Show the meaning of the word through using any technique you find suitable to that specific word. Have pupils repeat the word after you in chorus, small groups, and individually. So these are the steps. Write the word on the board and have pupils read and copy it and know how to spell it as well. So spelling of a word is very important. Ask questions to check for comprehension. So another step is asking questions, especially if you tell students to ask and present and show and mime and make actions of the word, or draw the word, or write the word, or spell the word, okay, or draw the word. Encourage pupils to use the word themselves. So use the word in context or in real situation. Very important. Now, what are the techniques for building up vocabulary? Encourage good habits. Good habits like to draw the word, to know how to write it, to know how to spell it, to know how to use it. Personalize the new word. Actions. Give children as much exposure to new words as possible, so they can look at it and use it many times as possible. Guess meanings of words, spidergram or word web. So you can use word web, like if we say we have, for example, fruit. So we can make a web for fruits. We have banana, apple, and so on. Kinds of food. So you can have food and you can have branches or types of food in different ways. We have fish, meat, vegetables, or vegetarians, and so on. So spidergram, sorry, not Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Then at the end of the lecture, I have some questions for you. Why is teaching vocabulary important in EFL? What are the techniques for teaching new words? Number 3, what are the steps for presenting new words? The last question, which is not included in my lecture, is about how to assess vocabulary. This is an open question where I need you, or I like you, to search in the internet and to find ways of testing or assessing vocabulary. And you send the summary of this as well to my email. Especially the last question, how to assess the vocabulary of how to assess a student's vocabulary learning. We have many ways, and if you search the internet or Google, for example, you'll find many ways of assessing vocabulary or testing. Thank you very much. Have fun. Thank you.